This is Donald, the Daddy and Dino Show, and you're listening to Do You Speak GEEK? Yo, shoot!
Ladies and gentlemen, blurs and nerds, freaks and geeks, I am your host, Nix, and welcome to episode 15 of Do You Speak GEEK? Welcome back. I hope everyone has had a good week with all this San Diego Comic-Con news dropping. I'm pretty sure you have had a good week. Just to go ahead and mention that and get it out of the way, San Diego Comic-Con. Now, there was tons and tons of news that came out around the time of Comic-Con. However, I will be covering that in a special episode, and that will be dropping tomorrow. So look out for that coming soon. I am Nix once again. I'm the host of this thing. So welcome to Do You Speak GEEK? If you just joined us for the first time, you can find us on many outlets. As far as the podcast, if you're here for the first time, welcome to Do You Speak GEEK. Go ahead and subscribe while you're here and like the video, like the audio, like the video and the audio. I'll get to that in a second. We're going to be switching over to video pretty soon, but in the meantime, we'll still be doing the audio. But for the audio, Spreaker.com is where you can find it. That is the host site for Do You Speak GEEK. You can also find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Castbox, and iHeartRadio. If you want to follow along with what we're doing on the social medias are about to get interesting for Do You Speak GEEK, so keep an eye out for that. You can follow us at Facebook at DYSG Media, Twitter at _Do You Speak GEEK, and Instagram at Do You Speak GEEK. For the video, YouTube is where you can find us, like every other video in the world. You can find us on YouTube, Do You Speak GEEK. It is where you also can find the Daddy and Dino Show. Please go there, subscribe, hit the like button, Hulk smash that bell for all notifications, and be sure to leave comments. We love the comments at Do You Speak GEEK. Speaking of Do You Speak GEEK, how about we do that right about now? Let's speak geek. Now, as I said, San Diego Comic-Con, major amounts of news there. So anything that I report here on today's episode has been announced pre-Comic-Con and not officially during a Comic-Con panel. So therefore, that's why you're going to hear it here instead of the special episode come Monday. Speaking of, we have the source wall. We have Batman, number 75, City of Bane. We talked about this on a previous episode. Bane begins here with his minions, and they've moved into Gotham City, taking control and ruling with an iron fist, including rounding up any villain who refuses to sign on to Bane's program. Basically, for Bane, it is get down or lay down. Well, at least not Batman, but he's nowhere to be found. It's like someone has replaced the real Gotham City with a twisted funhouse mirror version of it. What has happened? We will never know. Also, Aquaman 50, another milestone a milestone issue here. As Aquaman settles the old gods of unspoken water into their new lives in Amnesty Bay, Jackson Hyde, aka Aqualad, seeks out Iron Man to be his new mentor. Back in Atlantis, Mira makes a move that shocks the Widow world, while Black Manta, recently kicked out of the Legion of Doom, prepares to make his next move against his greatest nemesis. However, Lex Luthor is about to make him an offer he can't refuse. So please go check that one out. Marvel Pool list, we have Spider-Man Life Story number 5. The real-time life story of Spider-Man continues. The superhero Civil War rocks the world. A hero's death changes everything for both Peter Parker and his family as Life Story continues into the 2000s. I've been enjoying this one. Please pick it up, and hopefully you'll enjoy it as well. Also, we have Loki number 1. Earth's Mightiest Hero. All new ongoing series. After dying a grisly death in the War of Realms, Loki learned a valuable lesson in warmongering. Don't get caught. But now he has a whole new set of responsibilities, and his brother Thor is not about to let him walk away from them this time. Late Show and Black Panther vs. Deadpool writer Daniel Kibblesmith takes the God of Mischief into a thrilling new direction. In comics news, DC Comics announces a new Birds of Prey series with Black Canary, Huntress, and Harley Quinn. Now, I like and don't like this particular announcement or this move that DC has made. It pretty much to me looks as though they're trying to shift what we know as the Birds of Prey to match what's going on with this upcoming Birds of Prey movie. Now, I don't particularly mind when Hollywood adapts to the source material, but I don't like when the source material tries to adapt to Hollywood. Now, sometimes it does work. Ironically, the character of Harley Quinn herself started out as a cartoon character and later on transitioned into the comics and became extremely popular. But we'll see what happens. DC will debut the new Birds of Prey ongoing monthly featuring Harley, Dinah, and Helena as Brian Azzarello with art from Emanuela Lupancio, Ray McCarthy, and Trish Mulvihill. According to DC, when the new series picks up, Black Canary's life has spiraled out of control. Her personal life is going through the ringer, and her band is in crisis. An old flame resurfaces, only to flicker out and set Dinah on an all-new mission against an all-new opponent, Las Esposas del Muerte. The only thing Dinah can be grateful for is the fact that she's not alone, as Huntress finds herself on a collision course with Black Canary's quarry at Detective Montoya's urging. Meanwhile, Miss Quinn has resurfaced outside of Gotham and out of the Suicide Squad with a new lease on life that is sure to make everyone's life more complicated. And that's only the first 5 pages. Also, DC teases the death of Bruce Wayne in the upcoming limited series called The Batman's Grave. DC Comics has announced a new Batman limited series from a pair of super creators. The Batman's Grave will reunite writers Warren Ellis and artist Brian Hitch, who previously collaborated on the original volumes of Stormwatch and The Authority. 12-issue series aimed at getting inside the mind of a very disturbed Dark Knight in this series. Batman obsesses over Gotham City's murder victims to the point of putting himself inside their heads and risking his own sanity. Batman Grave number 1 will be released on Wednesday, October 9th. Marvel is gearing up also. They put out a recent Instagram post that caught my eye as well as the eye of many others. 80 years ago, it was 1939. 18 years from now, it will be 2099. So this November, the House of Ideas is returning to a fan favorite timeline. Basically, it looks as though Marvel staff was on hand to unveil a super quick teaser at a story they're calling 2099. Details are remaining scarce about the project, though a new blog posting on the Marvel site might point out a clue. The post is reading that Marvel is looking to go into something more in-depth with the 2099 and not just with Spider-Man. So we will see what happens there. Hopefully it will be awesome. I enjoyed 2099 X-Men, to be perfectly honest with you. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm here for it, and I know that everyone else is going to be here for it as well. So, moving right along to Watch This. So, Taquita Wright is actually going to be jumping on Thor 4. In November 2017, Marvel Studios gave Chris Hemsworth Thor a completely new look, style, vibe with the action Thor comedy Thor Ragnarok. It looks like the director Taika Waititi, I think I'm saying that right, is jumping back in to direct the film and also write the script. It's going to be a great change. Not a change. It's going to be pretty much some of the same, but I enjoyed Ragnarok. I think everyone else is going to love it as well, too. Basically, a large portion of the success of that film was due to the writer-director, who gave everyone hope that the Thor franchise could continue past Avengers Endgame. Well, that future is now a little more in stone. Also, Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. officially ending after season 7.
Aww.
Yeah, I wasn't the biggest fan of this show, but I liked it. I guess we'll see what happens after that. I mean, all good things must come to an end. That includes Marvel and ABC's wonderfully wacky and ever-changing comic book series, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. The show is prepared to end its 6th season, having already been renewed for a 7th in 2020. Sadly, it will be its last. Also, a new animated series based on Stan the Man Lee. POW Entertainment, a company that was founded by Lee, recently announced that they will be putting together an animated series based on the childhood of the man himself. That's going to be interesting to see. I mean, just imagine what Stan Lee as a child is like, to have all these amazing and awesome and breathtaking ideas running through his head. It's hard to imagine that it's going to be capturing it in its essence, but I can't wait to see what they're going to do. Also, and watch this news, Tyler Hoechlin, I think I'm saying that guy, Tyler Hoechlin, and Brandon Routh will play both Superman in the Crisis crossover coming up for CW. Now, this is from a report from Deadline. The producers behind Crisis on Infinite Earths will bring in Tyler Hoechlin and Brandon Routh to play the character. They're set to play him in different times, and Routh himself confirmed which version he will be playing, I guess with Hoechlin playing the current and present day Superman, while Brandon Routh will be portraying Kingdom Come Superman. It's going to be great to see. I can't wait. I'm here for it. Let's get it done, man. And also in the upcoming Crisis, we have Burt Ward. Now, if you all know who Burt Ward is, Burt Ward was Robin from the 1960s series of Batman. We will see who he's playing. He may not actually be Robin, but he may be portraying some other different character. We know the CW to actually give some nods to people here and there, so we'll see what happens. Let's jump into Thumb Life. Now, in Thumb Life news, DC Universe Online has a release date for Nintendo Switch. It's going to be launching its first ever multiplayer here on the system here, and it's going to be coming during the summer for August 6th. DC Universe first launched all the way back in 2011 via PS3 and PC. Then it eventually came to PS4 and then Xbox One. So we'll see what happens. A lot of people seem to have loved the DC online gaming. So I played it for a little while. I had a guy up there, Red Wing. Shout out to my character out there. Let's jump into some other news here as well, too. Now, in other news, GameStop to create new store concept and to offer retro gaming. Now, it's no secret that GameStop has had a rough few years financially. They saw a third quarter loss of nearly $500 million even after selling Spring Mobile for a cool $700 million. It recently had to stop searching for a new buyer with its stocks plummeting by over 25%. However, GameStop with RGA are developing and piloting new and streamlined physical store concepts, introducing new ways for gamers to try new titles before they buy them. So basically, it's going to be an arcade. They also want to create a place to have local video game competitors and somewhere for gamers to sit in front of a decent CRT TV as well. I like what GameStop is doing. I mean, they're taking too many L's anyway. Let's see if this helps out. Speaking of taking L's, Netflix is taking quite a few L's. So in their quarterly report for quarter 2, Netflix has lost over 130,000 subscribers. And with those subscribers lost, during that day of Thursday, they lost $17 million in profits from stock plummeting. Now, as anyone's guess, we can also kind of just figure out the fact that since Netflix is always canceling shows, like, oh, you like this show? You want to keep watching this show? Great, we're going to cancel it. But with that in mind, it's no wonder they're losing their subscribers. There's no wonder they're losing money. I mean, and with Disney Plus breathing down their neck and Hulu Plus always doing the thing anyway with the next day episodes, I mean, Netflix needs to get it together or they're going to have to ship out. I mean, I'm keeping my subscription, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, y'all, short episode this week. Thanks for listening. Be sure to listen out for that episode coming tomorrow, the San Diego Comic-Con special DYSG episode. Also, follow us on the social medias, people. Facebook @_DUSpeakGeek. Actually, Facebook @DYSG Media. Twitter @_DUSpeakGeek. And Instagram @DUSpeakGeek. As always, live to play to win, win to live. I speak geek. You speak geek.